Man, I live in Portland, 100 feet from the ice building. I cannot say anything I think in my house. Like, anyways, so factoring. I love factoring. I love factors. Okay, started looking at midterms. Good signs so far. No, that's absolutely true. You hit slightly higher than my targets on the midterm, and more of you got 100 than I expected, and all of you did well enough. So if you're like looking for a sign that you should major in computer science, it's yes. You are all over the bar. One other thing I should say about the midterms, I didn't say this. No, that's not true. A large portion of the students that I think got stuck at like the lower point tallies, it didn't look like you were wrong or something, right? It looked like you expected to be taught in a different way than I was teaching, and so that's whatever. I have to make some decision how to teach the term. And personally, I think of my CS1 curriculum as highly targeting students that come out of a certain form of high school that I'm familiar with, right? So American public schools or something, right? We didn't all go to the same high school, right? And so I'm making assumptions about things I can refer to and not refer to. If that's not working for you, that's not your fault. You'll be locked in by the end of the term. Don't worry about it, right? But it might be really annoying for a while. Don't worry about that. Look at your grade in the class, which is a function of whether you turned everything in. That's how to measure your progress. Okay. Speaking of turning things in, problem set 4 graphics is posted. I think it has 2 problems on it. I thought it was less heavyweight. It's 3. I'm the worst. Is the first one really a problem, though?
No.
That's what I thought. Okay. So, yeah, I felt kind of bad. So Professor Jed Rembold, drew, a picture of a boat at the sunset for that, and it looks kind of pretty. And I did, a circle that says Hello World, and we both met the requirements. I might be a bad person. Okay. Today, we're going to look at graphics windows again. Welcome to the part of the class where we talk about graphics every day. This begins now, and it continues until we start the last 2 projects. So we have 2 projects on graphics only. The first one, Breakout, is awesome because it's in real time, which is what I did my master's degree in, so I think it's cool. And the second one is Image Shop, and it's okay. It's fine. I'll pretend I like it when we get there. Okay, so who loves blue rectangles?
Me! I prefer if they were olive drab.
You prefer if they were olive drab? Well, there's probably no possible way we can do that unless we're a genius. Okay. How do I open folders? Do I have folders?
Folders.
They do. Oh, those are fake folders. We want downloads. We can use Wordle. That's fine. Select folder. Open. Nah. Okay, so blue rectangle detected, right? I heard someone say olive.
Drab.
I'm going to put in olive here, which might work. I don't know if I put olive drab. Do you know if olive drab works?
I hope so.
Did we try it? Am I also not paying attention in class? For real, it works? These numbers are too small.
You could even put a space in there if you wanted to.
I can put a space in there?
I think so. Yeah, look at that.
That's... I think we've gone too far. Science has gone too far. 200, 100, 500. Let's make it lowercase.
That's great.
That's... wow.
What if one is that?
Okay. This is how you make a blue rectangle. How do we feel about this? Well, I'll tell you how I feel about it, because that's what's important to me. Do you ever feel like you're the protagonist of your own life story? 'Cause you are. If you would be, I'm going to try and make a reference, and you're going to have to help me out here. If you were in an anime, you'd have blue or maybe purple hair,
Really spiky as well.
and it'd be really spiky as well.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay. And it would flow in the wind and sparkle. My partner ran the Portland Half Marathon this weekend and saw a sign that said, "You have, like, vampire skin," but didn't understand the reference, and I had to explain vampires sparkling to my partner at the finish line of a half marathon.
We've never seen Twilight.
And it's like from here. It's like Pacific Northwest culture, right? Like Bella Swan is basically a Portlander. I think Edward Cullen's like Italian or something. Wait, no, Cullen? Cullen's not Italian. Okay. Okay. So here's an important vital step. I'm going to share with us an important vital step. This worked because thing.py and pgl.py are in the same folder. Now, the internet says kids these days don't know what folders are. They're wrong. You're smart and you know, okay? But just in case I'm not smart and don't know, I'm going to demonstrate what happens if there's not a PGL in this folder, okay? I'm going to take thing.py and I'm going to save it somewhere else. Where am I going to save it? I'm going to save it directly in downloads, like I downloaded off of Al Gore's internet, right? And then I'm going to open that file, which is in downloads. Where is it? Thing.py. And I'm going to run this file, and it's going to not work. There's going to be a module not found error. And I abhor errors. I only do things on purpose. And since I only do things on purpose, this is bad. Now, this is a picture of Windows, but we can do pictures of other things. So like when I opened this file, open file, there's a bunch of stuff here. There's a Wordle main.zip. There's some section rosters. You're definitely not allowed to see that. Let's delete that one. Okay. Here's PS3 strings. There's a bunch of stuff here in my downloads folder. How much of you have a bunch of stuff in your downloads folder? Don't lie. It's chock full of nonsense, isn't it? You got some memes in there. You got some memes. Does anyone have a copy of Pacific Rim? I'm looking for a copy of Pacific Rim. Okay. You might have it? Okay. Okay, well, anyways, I'm looking for a copy. A legal one. Okay, so anyways, this doesn't work. But, not to worry. Remember you're all geniuses? Okay. I'm gonna yoink a PGL. I'm gonna do a little bit of a copy paste thing, right? And I don't know how to use this file system. I'm gonna do Control-C and then Control-V. That didn't work at all.
Row.
I have an ingenious plan. Are you ready for my ingenious plan?
Yes.
I'm going to click on pgl.py and I'm going to save it. File save as. And what am I going to save it as? I'm going to change the folder. Do you see how I'm clicking on the things at the top of my screen and it's changing what folder I'm in?
No.
Yes, you do. Okay. Sorry, it was metaphorical, see.
Right.
Okay. So I saved this. Where did I save it? Oh, it's in Downloads Piggle. Downloads Piggle. And this is, where is this? This is in Downloads/thing. So they have the same first name and different last names, or vice versa. What?
The vice versa.
The verse versa. Oh, it works now. Okay. So the moral of the story is if
PGL
you
in your download.
have PG, yes. The moral of the story is have PGL in your downloads. Also, I have to use one specific version of PGL because PGL doesn't work on my operating system, so I have to fix it right before class so it comes in here or nothing but graphics will show up. So don't tell Professor Jed Rembold my code doesn't work. See, I'm also taking this class. It's just much higher stakes for me. Okay. There is a problem set for problem 3 that is called Clicky Box. There's no shot it's actually called that.
It's called Cookie Box.
That goes crazy. Okay. So we're going to make one called Boxy Click, right? Remember when I'm like, I look at the problem set and do the most similar thing I can think of. I'm not lying to you, right? Okay. Once you have PGL, and you are in e.g. problem3.py or boxyclick.py. We're gonna clicky box it. Do I know how to rename files? That's a no. That's fake. I don't know how to do that. Ours is going to be called thing.py. Okay. We're going to start with an import. Okay. This is what we're going to start with. Okay. It's a bit like another way to define functions. Okay. So we've got our graphics window. I'm going to run this, and it's not going to do anything because I'm not doing anything with the graphics window, right? Nothing's going on. Nothing too exciting. Okay. What's the next thing I'm going to do? Well, to see a graphics window pop up, we're going to use the G window function call. I'm calling it a function call because it has those parentheses on it. Now, do not tell your section leaders I called this a function call. This is not quite a function call, but you can think of it as one, and I won't tell anybody, okay? So, I'm not going to do 400 by 400. I've done 400 by 400 in the past, but I think my computer is larger than it used to be. So I'm going to do a G window 800 by 800. Just going to run this code. What's going to happen? Ooh, it's an 800 by 800 thing, right?
Yeah.
That's supposed to say boxyclick, but I didn't remember how to change the name of my file, which is, again, not at all embarrassing for me. Okay? So that's how we create a graphics window. What should we do next? Well, at least on Wordle and on some different assignments, we've put all of this stuff inside a function and then called the function elsewhere. So let's make a function called doGraphics. So we're going to do some graphics. Wow, that sounds exciting. And I probably don't need to indent that because that code just worked previously, so I'm going to go ahead and run this. I got an indentation error. Okay. Wow, I play acted that so much I actually felt bad. Like, I was pretending to feel, I was method acting. You can call me Daniel Day-Lewis. It's okay.
Did you undergrad in theater as well?
No. I'm just like this now. This is how God made me. Okay. Okay. And we can try it again. Oh, no graphics window pops up. Does anyone know why the graphics window wouldn't pop up who hasn't already spoken today? I need to call the function. How do I call the function?
Press enter and delete the indented bit.
Oh, you said it correctly. I did the wrong thing.
And then type do graphics, do underscore.
Wait, okay. Yeah, you got me with the underscore. I was going to type a space.
Graphics parentheses.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay. I'm going to put in a new line here because I want one, but it'd still be fine.
I put it in anyway.
Oh, yeah! Okay. Do we still dab anymore? I feel like no one does that.
Maybe you're just really hip and chic with it.
I feel like I'm bringing it back.
Retro.
Yeah, retro chic. I am from Portland, which is like basically the same thing as being in your late 30s. Okay.
That does hurt.
You've walked around Portland, right? And you're like, everyone here is 37 or 38, right? You walk into a bar and they're like, I'm gonna need to see your ID, and I give them mine, and they're like, this says you're 32. You have to go to Salem. And I was like, no! Wait, am I 30? I don't remember how old I am. I might be 32. Okay.
Everyone's 37 or 15.
There are 15-year-olds. Okay, so this is not related to class. Fun story. My friend that works at Amazon and has money, he wanted to go to an emo show, and we went to an emo show, and he freaked out and left early because he thought he was the only person other than us over 18 because there were parent chaperones in the back that were the same age as us, but they had children because they were real adults and not gamers, right? And so, yeah, that was really tough on him. So now I go to the emo concerts with the 15-year-olds by myself, and then it's normal. Okay, 15-year-olds are cool. You were 15-year-olds not that long ago. You were cool then, right?
No.
Not even.
Is that because you weren't in an emo band?
That
Yeah.
probably would have helped.
Right, because the death growls coming out of this 15-year-old were sick. Right, okay. What are we doing? Okay, so on many of the problem sets, you'll see this line that says if double underscore name, double underscore space, double equals space, open quote, double underscore main, double underscore, end quote, colon. Why do I not put that on my codes? Did you see how hard it was for me to say that out loud?
Yeah.
Anyways, you're allowed to do this if you want.
Do you have to do it?
So, okay, so here's what it does, right? Okay, make another new file. New file, Python file, import thing. And I'm gonna save it in downloads. Other file, other, okay. Okay, so this is other. And I wrote myself some code, and now I'm gonna include it in other. Okay, if I run other, I'm running it, nothing is happening. If I get rid of this thing, so this file's not running, okay. If I just call this function directly inside of thing, then when I import it, that function runs. Has anyone ever cared about this ever in human history? Maybe, I don't know, I've never cared about it. Yeah, so I think probably there's people that care about it a lot, but none of them are me. So, that's what it does. I find this style confusing, but it is common in this class. It's not exactly the same as calling a function we can imagine it is. Here is another thing that I showed you that is not the same style as the other sections. I always put a star here, and I just import everything from Piggle. I go to Piggly Wiggly, I raid that place. I'm walking out with one of everything, right? That's against the law. You're not allowed to steal, right? You're supposed to scan all of the items you get at self-checkout, not just the ones you're willing to pay for, right?
Yep.
We call that the employee self-discount, right? So you're supposed to just include or import every one of the things that you use from Piggle so everyone can tell it's from Piggle and not from Wiggle, right? So this also works. The only problem then is as soon as I do a grect, 1111, that's against the law, right? But if I stole everything from Piggly Wiggly, then it's fine. So the other way to do this is to Gwindo and also grect. And every time you use something from Piggle, you include it. One of the reasons I don't do this in this class is I can never find the PGL documentation, so I just guess, and I'm usually right. So go ahead and use the star and just don't tell your section leaders that you're doing it, okay? Pinky promise? Your secrets are safe? Nothing that we said in this class today leaves this room, right? Okay.
It's all.
Oh, this part is. Yeah.
Will be shared with the authority.
Just joking.
Right, so I've specifically so far been referring to how you should write Python in Minecraft, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
With command lines.
Yes. What am I doing? I clicked on something I didn't mean to. Oh my gosh. Go back. Okay. So, blah, blah, blah. This is where we are right now, right? Okay. So, it's quite common, and you will see this. I kind of want to have both of these open at the same time. Can we do this one? Is that too small?
No.
That's okay. It looks small to me, but again, I'm 37 or 38 at high probability. Okay. So, having these 800s here is kind of poor form. Here's what we always do on the problem sets. We say you got a window width, and we put that in big letters to indicate you're not supposed to change it. Now, the portable graphics library is supposed to be called portable because it's supposed to work in different languages. But it was originally written in Java. I think. I might have made that up. Sometimes I tell lies. In Java, if you put it in all caps, it is actually impossible to change it. If you put it in Python in all caps, it is the exact same as any other variable. People just pretend they're not allowed to change it. It's like a social construct. So we can throw an 800 in here, and then we can get a Gwindo height. Yes, a gwite, of course. And then instead of putting these 800s here, you can do gwidth and gwite. Why do you do that? Well, you might want to grect in the middle of your Gwindo by taking gwidth divided by 2 and gwite. Oh, this is so hard to say. Gwite divided by 2, and we're just going to take that twice. and we're going to call that R, and then we're going to gwa.adder. I don't know. That didn't work at all. Oh, no. Oh, yeah, this has got to be gwa. Okay. Trash can. Help. Right, and so why do you use width and height? So you can divide it by things. Why do I use 400 for everything? Because I actually know what a quarter of 400 is. I don't have to calculate it every time. So this is one way to do this. I am a radical not typing extremist. Gosh, I forgot I'm recording. I am a centrist that believes in pragmatism and common sense reform. And one of the pragmatic common sense reforms I believe in, which will be delivering something for the American heartland, is that you could just call these W and H. I'm going to read the news less before next class. That's what I'm going to do. And then you can change these to W and H. Maybe this is easier, maybe this is harder. I don't know. It's up to you. W.
They're changing it all after the fact. It's hard.
Yeah, that's why I simply write my code correctly the first time. Oh, I was supposed to say this to you. If you write bad code, delete it and start over. Do not keep typing.
Yeah.
I learned, no one ever told me this. I learned at some point in my intro computing class that actually in the process of writing the bad code, I changed as a person, and then I could write the good code really easily when I didn't have all that like stuff that I didn't understand around. And I've also heard this with semi-regularly when I was in my undergrad. I would write code that worked and then like accidentally screw it up. But I could pretty reliably delete how I'd screwed it up and then start over again and get back to the original thing because somehow I knew how to do stuff, right? It's not going to work every time, but it's going to work more often than fixing bad code. Fixing bad code is impossible. Writing good code is like, so you're not necessarily going to get it right every time, but okay. There you go. So that's one way to do things. This is still not the way I do things, which is that I throw the 800s here. There are 400s over here on this side of the screen. I don't have object permanence. That's not true. I'm just saying things that aren't true. I'm telling lies. Okay. Well, I wonder what happens if I change one of those to 400. That'd be kind of crazy, right? Oh, that would be why you would use variables instead of just typing 400 everywhere. In case someone's like, you want to come over to my place, I have a 1920 by 1080 thing. Oh yeah, right? Looking good in the neighborhood. That's what they say. Welcome to Heaven on a Bun. Welcome to Applebee's. That's what we say. Okay. I've been accused of being a square, and that's true. So I just use width for everything. You can also just use height for everything. So all those H's, they're going to the shadow realm.
There's a way to do it.
Not a graceful one, because there's a bunch of other H's like this one, which is one reason to not use single letter variable names, by the way. That's why you're supposed to refer to all of your variable names as Stephen, which is my favorite name. It's Stephen with a PH. Okay. And it is the hardest thing to say. Okay. Shout out uncles. Okay. What do we change here? What do we change in between these slides? We're capturing the return value of Gwindo in Gwa. Why are we doing that? Well, I'll tell you. I'm going to print Gwa, and then you'll see. What is that? It's a Piggle Gwindo object and this is its home address. That's where it lives. If you want to turn up on Gwindo, that's where you go to find it, right? So, I respect my Gwindos, so I let them have their privacy. And I'm going to get rid of this print statement, okay? And why do we need that Gwindo? Because if we had a grect, we're going to call our grect R. We can call it gr. Grect. And we're going to do W times, No, we're going to do W divided by 4, W divided by 4, W divided by 2, W divided by 2. What's this going to do? I think it's going to put a square half the size in the middle of the screen, but I don't actually know because I don't remember what order the arguments go in. So I'm just going to check it. Oh, no! Oh, where's my grect? Where's GR? It's being gate-kept, gaslit, and girl-bossed, specifically gate-kept. And it's being gate-kept because it's not being GWA added, right? So we kept GWA, and we created GR, but we're still not done yet, right? So how are we going to do this? We're going to GWA add GR. Is it?
Close the previous window.
No, I did not. What happens if I change these? Sorry, what about squares? Are you making fun of squares? That's my people.
Okay. It just doesn't look like the whole screen doesn't look like a square, but I think that might just be.
It's the angle that we're at.
Optical
So
illusion.
the first word is location.
If you move closer to it, it will also get bigger.
I mean, I also did it on my screen. It's a square.
There you go. Okay. Works on my computer. Okay. So let's look back at blue rectangle, which is now going to be called green rectangle, which is what GR stands for. The G in GRECT stands for green. That's not true. I'm telling lies. I'm telling lies. Okay. So what are we going to do? We're going to GR.setColor green, and we're going to GR.setFilled true, and then we're going to add GR. Oh, look at that. I think it'd look better if it were hot pink. The G, no, we're not doing any more olive drab. I am so tired of looking at olive drab. Do you know how many like pants are olive drab? I've been like shopping. Yeah, I've been like shopping on sale, and like it's always olive drab. Are those joggers? Yeah, I don't know. They're olive drab pants. Like every pant is olive drab. It's like the most Pacific Northwest thing ever. They're like, would you like to wear brown or olive drab? And I was like, what about hot pink? Okay. This is a lot of nonsense all at once, even for me, right? So how are we going to deal with this? We're going to use this technique known as factorization, right? And the way I'm going to factorize this is we're just going to go full screen because we're like short on time because I was babbling at the start of class because I'm so annoyed that someone wrote if good equals, this is true, and call good equals true, instead of writing if good and call good. Okay, all right, I'm fine. Don't do that. Okay, so what are we gonna do? We're gonna do rectangle. Right now, we're not gonna give it any arguments. We're gonna yoinkify. Okay. And this thing needs GW. See that? So we're going to provide the GWA. And then we're just going to do rectangle. Rectangle. Okay. Oh, missing positional argument. We have to give it the GWA. Okay. Why did I do this? Well, what I really want is to be able to specify the x and y location and the width and height and also the color. And so I'm going to be able to do that now by specifying x, y, width, height, and then I'm going to specify color. And this is going to let me add more than one rectangle at a time because I can add to my GW window something at 100, 100, 100, 100 that is hot pink. And I know we have an olive drab enthusiast in this class. It could be anyone. We're not sure who it is. So I'm going to just change these to 2. Think about, I'll do 2 more colors. Anyone ask me if you want a color.
Olive drab.
I'm doing my best. Okay, what's our next favorite color?
Regular olive.
Okay, what's our, that's not a different color.
Light blue.
Light blue. I like that. That sounds like an actual color.
Thanks. I know it.
Okay. Do I have a fourth color?
What about a royal blue?
Is that going to be too similar to light blue for me to see it with
I
my
don't-
color sensitivity?
I think royal blue is more dark. Yeah.
We'll send dark. That's kind of cool, right?
Oh,
Whoa.
And presumably this is what you would expect, right?
Two finger by opposite dark blue rectangle over they would all form like a
still, how does it decide?
Lower lines are on top. Is that what you're asking?
No, where the rectangle starts.
That's the first two coordinates?
Okay. And then the last two are.
Wait, no, I heard the sound of you not believing me. We'll prove it.
How did I do that both sides? Okay.
The rectangle is being assigned to GUR inside of DRectangle and then being added at the end of
Oh,
DRectangle.
okay.
There's another way to do this. If I perhaps instead say like get rectangle, let's see, what is it? That's too hard to change right now. Ask your question at the beginning of your next class again. Okay,
Oh wait, no, I see it. This is what's going on.
and this is how it decides how juicy they are. Perhaps not as pretty, perhaps more pretty. I'm not here to pass judgment on aesthetics. I could be, though. Let's see if this becomes more beautiful.
I like that game.
I'm not sure I like that better. Oh, wait. What did I do? Uh-oh. Anyways. Have fun on graphics.
Okay.
See you on the meeting.
Good job on the midterm. Check your course grade on Canvas. If you're stressed out, it should be high. I think they're high. I looked at them.
Like all but like 2 people had accepted. Which in any other class is like.
I don't know what grades people get in other classes, right?
Not this. Not.
Usually I get like a 90 and I'm like, nice.
I get high 80s.
Yeah.
It was on tests.
Yeah.
A 90 is like, good job.